This is Chapter 7, Monitoring and Controlling Projects, Presentation 3 of 3. In the previous two presentations, we looked at monitoring the project integrity, monitoring scope, monitoring time, monitoring costs. In this one, we're going to look at monitoring quality, monitoring communication, and monitoring risk. If it looks like we're covering a lot in the monitoring process, we are, because we're covering all of our planning documents. We're making sure that what we planned is being executed correctly. So let's talk about monitoring quality first. Project quality management. Key outputs include quality control measurements, validated changes, validated deliverables. Notice we said validated. Organizational process asset updates, all the change requests, project management plan updates, and project document updates. Outcomes are acceptable decisions, rework, and process adjustments. So how do we actually monitor the quality? These 7 items would help us. They're all management items. They're all charts and graphs and things like that, and we're going to show you each one of them. The first one that we want to look at is actually the cause and effect diagram. This one we've discussed earlier. The second one we want to look at is the control chart. This is a sample control chart. We've also got run charts, which are linear. Scatter diagrams show if there's a relationship between two variables. Histograms show a bar graph of the distribution of variables. We saw a histogram when we talked about personnel usage. Pareto charts are really kind of cool. They help you identify and prioritize problem areas. And the last one is flowcharts. They display the logic for the process and help you analyze the problems as they occur. Monitoring communications is going to take constant work. The main communication management tasks include performing the reporting to the stakeholders. So they include performance reports, organizational process asset updates, and change requests. What does reporting performance really look like? Well, it keeps the stakeholders informed about how the resources are being used to achieve the project objectives. You've got status reports, progress reports, and forecasts. You should be able to tell at any moment whether your project is ahead of schedule or behind schedule, ahead of cost or behind cost. Here's a sample performance report that you might hand out to your stakeholders. And here's more of it. The best project managers are good risk managers. Anytime you've got a project, you've got risk. Anytime you make a change, you're multiplying that risk. So how are we going to actually monitor and control that? Well, we're going to carry out individual risk management plans. That's the first thing. You should have a project manager or someone dedicated to watching the risks, watching for the triggers, monitoring risks based on defined milestones, and making decisions regarding risks and their response, and keeping the entire body of stakeholders informed of everything. Don't forget, when you actually did the risk management plan, you came up with alternatives or workarounds, unplanned responses to risk events, and you came up with triggers. So you should be able to spot them well ahead of time and plan on those events. Outputs include risk register updates, organizational process asset updates, change requests. With every change, there's a risk. Project management plan updates, and project document updates.